Hello, welcome back. Stormbringer is coming to America, so very, very exciting stuff. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about the contents of the entire run and the pricing to expect for all of this. So I'm going to break down all of the savings and that kind of stuff, and we're going to go through everything army by army. So we'll go through the Orruk stuff, then we'll go through the Gloomspite Git stuff, then the Stormcast, then the Sylvaneth, then the Caradron Overlords, and then we'll talk about the premium stuff and the other bits that we get within the collection. So we're going to go through the contents first, and then we'll talk about all the pricing and savings and that kind of thing. So starting with the Orruks, we have got a killer boss with Stabgrot. We've got a Swamp Kala Shaman with Potgrot. We've got the Cunning Crew. That was a Underworlds warband, I believe. An Orruk Mega Boss, an Orruk War Chanter, a Snatch Boss on Sludge Raker, some Gut Rippers, some Orruk Odd Boys. Now there's only 5 of these. Ignore this image. You'll get 5 of these models. We've got a Beast Skewer Killbow. We'll get 2 sets of 10 of the Hobgrot Slitters. We've got the Iron Skull Boys. We've got a Man Skewer Bolt Boys. And we've got the Marsh Crawler Slogoth. So that is everything Orruk-wise that we get. So it's less 50-50 than what we've had in previous collections. So we get a good mix of everything. So let's move on to the Gloomspite Git stuff. Got a Fungoid Cave Shaman, a Loon Boss on Giant Cave Squig, Molog's Mob, Scragrot. We've got the full set of Zarbag's Gits, 5 Boingrot Bounders, a set of Moon Clan Stabbers, a Squig Herd, an Ale Guzzler Gargant, Loon Smasher Fanatics, and finally the Sneaky Snufflers. So that's everything for Gloomspite Git. So, and in fact, that's everything for the Destruction faction. So this whole collection focuses either on Destruction, which we've just gone through everything except for the premium stuff, and we'll get back to that in a minute. And we've also got all of the Order stuff, which we'll go through now. So we have the Lord Imperator with Gryph-hound, a Knight Arcanum, Bastion Carthalos, Gardas Steel Soul, a Knight Judicator, a Lord Aquilor, 2 sets of 5 Vindicators, a set of 5 Vanquishers, some Gryph-hounds, a set of Praetors. We have got the new Praetor Prime. This is an exclusive model to the collection, so not available anywhere else. A set of 2 Stormdrake Guard. Five Vigilors. Zandire's Truth Seekers, and somehow I've managed to forget to put an image in, but we also get a Stormstrike Chariot. So a lot of stuff there for Stormcast Eternals. So we will move on now to the Sylvaneth stuff. Not quite so much of this stuff. So we've got an Arch Revenant, a Branch Witch. So anyone who collected Mortal Realms, they will already have a Branch Witch because that was in the premium content there. We have a Spirit of Durthu. There will be 2 sets of Tree Revenants, can also be built as Spike Revenants. And we have Ilthari's Guardians. And then finally, we are moving on to the Caradron Overlords. So, we've got an Archanaut Admiral, Endrin Master with dirigible suit, Grunstock Thunderers, and Thundrix Profiteers. Now with the collection, just before we get on to all of the premium stuff, because that is obviously optional, we get a whole bunch of paints. So basically there's going to be 34 pots, and that will be a mixture of standard ones, some technical paints, some contrast paints and that kind of stuff. So yeah, a real mix there. And we were also going to be getting some brushes. So basically ignore this image, but you'll get a small base brush, a small dry brush, a small layer brush, and a texture tool. Okay, now on to the premium content. So we get Krondis, the son of Draconic. Get my teeth out. Krondis, son of Dracothian. We get Gordrak, the Fist of Gork. We get a few more Caradron stuff. So we get a Grunstock Gunhauler, an Etheric Navigator, and a set of Sky Wardens. And then back to the Gloomspite stuff, get some Troggoth. So we get the big Dankhold Troggoth, and we get a set of 3 Rockgut Troggoths. Okay, so on top of that, we do get a few other bits within the collection. So we get, if I can just find it, right, as part of your subscription, you get obviously a free delivery. We've got that. We've got Citadel tools and that kind of thing. We've got one of the binders is going to be free. With our 3rd delivery, we will get this guy. So he is he's a leader for your Gut Rippers. We get a mug, and then we get some extra brushes there, the synthetic ones. So yeah, lots of extra stuff there. So in terms of the collection itself, it is quite interesting really. Price wise, there is a considerable saving to be made. So let me just quickly pull this up. So the collection cost, so if you're just going to buy all this outright without subscription, it basically costs for all of the issues $1,100. So it's $13.99 per magazine. Now they send them in lots of 4 every 4 weeks. So it's not a monthly delivery, it's a 4 weekly delivery. So don't forget, if your first order goes out on the 1st of the month, your next one will go out effectively on the 29th of that same month. And when you add the premium, it's basically $3 per issue. So without premium, it's £1,100. With premium, it's $1,100. With premium, $1,340. Okay, so what is the collection worth? Okay, so I calculated what the collection was worth when it was released in the UK, and that was available back in sort of February this year. Since then, there's been a global price increase for Warhammer stuff of about 6 or 7%. Okay, so that makes the total value of this set, excluding the premium, to be $2,286.96. So basically, roughly $2,290. That's not exact, but it's pretty close. So what have I done there? I've gone through the contents of everything and come up with either the exact price it is, or if, for example, it has been released as part of a Vanguard box or something like that, I've kind of assumed those savings as well. So best possible price when bought separately. That's what it is. Now the premium content, so the cost for the premium content, $3 times 80 is $240. Now the actual cost to buy that stuff individually would be $583.50. So basically the entire cost, including the premium, would be $2,870, okay, weighed against the cost of $1,340, which is what you'd pay here. So what does that mean? It means that if you go without premium, you will save roughly 52% of the cost. Now that's on retail, so if you use Miniature Market or any of the other various retailers out there that will give a small discount, you can calculate it based on that. I don't know what the usual discount is over in the US. I think it's normally about 10%. And then with premium, you will be saving roughly 53.5%. 53.5% of your total retail price. So that is the full breakdown of everything that it is cost-wise with Stormbringer. Now, for me personally, I've been subscribing happily to Stormbringer in the UK, but I've just come to a point where I'm just about to cancel. So basically, I have kept with it right up until the second premium subscription box was delivered. So I received Krondis, the big dragon, and now I've just received Gordrak. And the rest of the collection for me really is things that I just don't need, or would just, it's just outlaying extra costs. So up until that second delivery, I'm very happy with what I've received so far, but I'm going to cancel there and sort of quit while I'm ahead. If you've collected these things before as well, you might be like me, where you have a lot of magazines just sitting there, unbuilt, unpainted, and that kind of thing. And so I've kind of quit while I'm ahead on that side of things. But certainly, it is a very, very good collection. It is loaded up with a lot of that launch box from Age of Sigmar, so from Dominion. So most of the stuff that is in the collection comes from Dominion, and a lot of the things are from the current Age of Sigmar starter sets and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't need more of that sort of thing, so I'm kind of quitting where I am. And that may also, that influenced a lot of people as to whether or not they were going to get the collection at all in the first place. So there are plenty of people that were saying, you know what, I've got enough of this content already. I'm not going to keep going to be able to buy certain units cheap at the expense of buying units that I don't need. So yeah, it's been a bit of a mixed reaction here, a little bit like Warhammer 40k Imperium, and kind of following on from that, we're about halfway through the run in the UK. So I reckon in around about another 4 months, we're going to start hearing about the successor to 40k Imperium. So there'll be more 40k stuff around the corner from Hachette, I assume, in just a fairly short period of time. But tell me what you think. Over in America, you've got the benefit from the outset in terms of looking at savings. It's crazy that I'm going to say that this is a benefit, but this pricing is kind of looks like it's sidestepped the price increase from Games Workshop that went previously this year. So you've got better savings out of this than you would have done before that price increase. So when I calculated this previously, it would have been around about 48% compared to 52% now. Is that enough to make you want to jump in with this? Is it of any interest to you? Is this a good thing? I think it's selling fairly well in the UK. It was quite interesting. Most people who subscribed with the premium option in the UK, when it came to the first major subscription box, which was Krondis, the big dragon, most people actually got a double delivery for that. Now, I believe that that's possibly down to Hachette just purchasing far too much stock from Games Workshop, or just calling for it to be manufactured for them. And I think that this run has probably been a little bit less popular than they thought it was. And I think that's why they shipped out a load of extra to people, just because they wanted to clear the decks in the warehouses. That hasn't happened for the second premium content. Gordrak, the Fist of Gork. I got my copy last week. In fact, there'll be a video coming out about that in the next day or two. So it looks like they corrected some of the numbers from before, because what you'll find with these things is the trial will be massively successful, but as people start to get into it, the interest will wane a little bit. But I'm going to stop rambling on there. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Let me know if you're going to subscribe to Stormbringer in the US and what you think of it. It is a very good set, but again, a lot of that Dominion, Age of Sigmar Dominion stock will already be floating out there as it is. But let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching, guys. As usual, please drop a subscribe there so I can keep doing these sorts of videos. And if you're interested, look at my previous videos that I've released this week. I've gone through the 40k and AOS Battle Force boxes and talked about the values in those as well. So interesting stuff there as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Much appreciated. Have a great day.